Hey, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to take you along as I put Saturday into my 2023 Week in the Life Traveler's Notebook. I have another video that I posted before this, not immediately before this, but I'll link it below in the description. But I have another video where I go through kind of my general formula for getting Week in the Life done. It has my full Monday, and then for the rest of the days, I kind of batch processed all of the pieces. So all the 4x4s, all of the grids, all the full page photos. It just made going through the process so much simpler. Right now, you are watching me loosely follow that formula for the first part of my day, but the second part of Saturday is a little bit different, so that's why I wanted to take you along as I put it together. This Saturday, we celebrated my brother and his wife getting married, and it was a very small wedding, and we put it together and tore it down and had a great time doing it all. So it wasn't just a regular day in my week. There were a lot of extra details. So here I am just putting in those first 4x4s and planning for that journaling section. In a second, I'll start adding in fuller page grids. And again, I have that center flap available to hold that Saturday and observations 3x4s that you see floating over there on the side. Also, I'll add those journaling spots in after I write on them. It just is easier that way, especially now with as bulky as this album is getting. So once I add in this grid, I'm going to start working on a kind of, it's kind of like a trifold, but kind of not section for the rest of my photos. I had a lot of photos that I wanted to capture. It is a wedding, and a lot of family was together for the first time in a long time. So we are starting with their wedding invitation as kind of the top cover of this pull out, fold out situation. I actually scanned their official invitation into my computer, and then I played with the sizing a little bit and added that border so that it would fit a little bit better. So this is gonna be folded in all kinds of fun ways. Like it'll make sense once it's in the album, but it kind of looks like chaos for right now. But I'm showing you what it looks like, and I promise once you have it all laid out, it'll work easier. I thought I was just going to fold the extra piece of the photo paper. I have done that in other kind of folded situations and use that kind of as the hinge piece. But this particular photo paper that I was using did not want to fold very easily, even with as aggressively as I was scoring it. So I ended up using some scraps from the journaling cards and those 3x4 cards, just a scrap piece from printing those out. It works fine, but with as narrow as the Traveler's Notebook is, and all of the bulk that came from using the photo paper and all the added stuff, I should have used probably a thinner weight paper or washi tape to do the hinges for this particular fold out, because these paper that I used for this hinge just was really thick and added extra width. So if I could give you 2 points of advice if you're going to recreate this, use a thinner weight paper for your hinge or a washi tape, and make your inner pieces, your inner photos, just a smidge more narrow than the page. You'll see here in a minute, there's some legit bulking issues, but we work it out. I end up trimming it and it does fine. It works for me. I'm also a done is better than perfect kind of person, so or else I would have taken this all apart and redone the whole thing. But we trimmed it up and I'm making it work. So you're just watching me fiddle with that and making sure that things are folding properly and lining up properly. And then I'm going to add it in. So the invitation folds open as if it were a book right there. And then that piece attaches on the left hand side to the actual page, and then there will be a photo on top of that, if that makes sense. You'll see me here kind of put it down and then see how it all lines up. So this folds like that and then folds out. So I don't know if this is considered a trifold or an accordion fold or whatever you want to call it. That's what we're making do with. I'm going to add this paper on top to the actual page of the notebook, and then we're going to add the facing page. Again, this is another photo that I should have printed a little bit more narrowly, but in the end, like I said, it all works. I'm going to clean up this edge, clean up the overhanging edges, and then I'm going to add in the last photo, which is that darker photo. Normally where that photo goes on the rest of my days is where I put my hourly breakdown or documentation page that I used during the actual week. I didn't need that because I did take notes, but most of it was wedding related. So I just end up slipping it behind. I only adhere the two edges and then the bottom, and left the top open for me to slide that paper in and out if I want it. So as I'm setting this up, I end up running out of adhesive here, and it took me a while to get new in the mail, but that gave me time to finish up all my journaling. You're going to watch me stick that down here. And then we will do a flip through of the whole thing. Oh, I'm going to fill out my kind of infographic card here with the weather for that day. It was cloudy, and there was a little bit of rain. Thankfully, the rain held out for the rest of the wedding and all was good. So here's a quick flip through of the whole thing and how it folds in on itself. When I'm doing this voiceover, Sunday is complete. This album is all the way done. As you can see, this is the card that I ran out of adhesive on. I had printed it with a different grid to save paper, but sticking that down, everything else is done. I plan to be back here soon-ish with a full flip through so you can see the whole album or notebook. Again, it's really thick, but I love it and I love that it's complete. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Bye.